Hey guys, welcome to the 2 a.m. pipe on the patio. Come on in, make yourself at home. Everybody's welcome here. So tonight, I'm smoking my BC, my Butt Chacombe. This is the one my wife bought me. It's taken me 24 years to break in. I'm loving this pipe now. So today, I got a Yabo right here from Corvette Jim Piper. We had worked out a trade for some pipes, and Jim, this thing is gorgeous, man. I don't know if you can see this pipe, but it is magnificent. It's a Molina. This was one of Jim's personal pipes. And God, this thing is gorgeous. I love that stem on there. Absolutely stunning. Here, let's see if I can get it to come in a little clearer. Stem, nice rusticated. Let's see if I can clear this. Nice rusticated bowl. God, I'm gonna love this one, Jim. Thank you so much. Dang, this is gorgeous. The fact that it was one of your personal pipes makes it even more incredible to me. So thank you, Jim. So I'll be breaking that out probably tomorrow night. I'll use my first smoke in that one tomorrow night. God, it's gorgeous. Ooh. And I also got a couple of Jim's personal tampers. Thank you for that too, Jim. So I had a fantastic day today. Today was great, man. Such a great day. And so on the way home from work, I was just thinking about how amazing my life has been. Burned my thumb on that one. I've got a pretty dang good life, man. As some of you know, I'm a musician. I started playing professionally back in 1985, and my first gig that I ever had, first professional gig, was with the Texas bluesman Tom Cat Courtney. Now, I had met Tom Cat up at a guitar shop. I had taken my old 63 Strat in there to have some work done on it. And when I walked in, one of the owners, Walt, grabbed the guitar out of my hand and he says, "All right, Johnny, there's someone you need to meet." And so he pulls me over to where they had all the amps set up and stuff, and there's this old African-American gentleman who was, at that time, he was my age now, so I'm an old man now, but he was 58 years old at the time that I met him. And so Walt says, "Tom Cat, this is Johnny. Johnny, this is Tom Cat. You guys need to play together." And so I sat down, Walt plugged me in, and Tom Cat and I sat and we played the blues for about an hour that day. And when we finished playing, Tom Cat says, "Hey man, why don't you come on down to the Texas Tea House on Thursday night and play guitar with me. And I was like, oh, you better believe it, man. I will be there. I'll be there early. What time do you start? I'll get there, early. I'll be there. So Tom Cat leaves, and Walt pulls me over, and he says, all right, now here's what you got to do, man. Now, Walt had known Tom Cat for years, and he says, here's what you got to do. When you get up and play with Tom Cat, you don't do any fills, you don't solo, you don't do anything but play rhythm guitar until Tom Cat tells you to do something else. And if Tom Cat tells you to take a solo, then you take a solo. He goes, nobody's there to see you. They're there to see Tom Cat. Pretty much the greatest advice I've ever been given in my entire life. And so Thursday night rolls around, I get there, and there's like 4 other guitar players waiting to play with Tom Cat. And so they all get up, each one of them gets up, and when they get up, they solo over Tom. When he's singing, they're noodling, they're, playing fills. In the last set, Tom calls me up and he says, all right, John, come on up here and play some guitar with us. And so I got up, and I'm about done with this bowl, I think. So I got up, and first song he calls out, he says, all right, this is gonna be a shuffle. We're gonna do us a shuffle in A. And I said, all right. So he counts it off, the whole band falls in, we start playing. And I'm just playing rhythm guitar, and just trying to make him sound as good as I can make him sound. And we get all done playing for the night. At one point he had turned to me and he says, now take a solo, John, go ahead, let's play your guitar. And so I started playing and finished my solo. When I finished it, I turned back down, just played rhythm guitar for him. After we're all done, we're packing up, he says, John, come on outside with me, man. I wants to talk to you. So we go outside, and he says, man, I likes the way you plays guitar, and I want you to be in my band. Well, I was just like, are you kidding me, man? I was 25 years old. This was my dream. When I was 21, I sat down and I wrote a list. What do I need in my life to be happy? And I had 3 things on that list. It was, I wanted to play the blues, I wanted to make money, and I wanted to be known. And by the time I was 26, all of those things were happening. And I was playing the real deal gut bucket blues with a master bluesman, Tom Cat Courtney. I was making money, and I could, I wasn't famous, but I could go into clubs. People knew who I was. They'd ask me to play. I could walk down the street. People would say, man, you're Tom Cat's guitar player. I love the way you play. And, it was awesome. And I was happy. But Tom Cat was a kick, man. It still is. He's still around. But there was one gig we were playing, and there was this girl there that I was madly in love with, and I thought she was the most beautiful girl I'd ever seen in my entire life. And Tom Cat had this big long cord, and he walks down off the stage, and he goes up to her and he says, man, I don't know what it is about you, but there's something about you that makes my guitar player quiver. And the girl was like, oh my God, oh my God. She's now my wife, by the way. But we had been friends for a long time, and I just was nuts about her, and she wasn't buying what I was selling at the time. But I'll never forget Tom doing that, her just being so embarrassed that something about you that makes my guitar play a quiver. Many good stories with Tom Cat. Played with him for 6 years before going out on my own, and still see him every once in a while. And he always looks at me and says, "Looks like you've had a pot or two of beans since the last time I saw you." Oh, I love that guy. We went to see him, my wife and I went to see him years later. And he comes up and says, "Hey, John, how you doing, man?" And he's missing his front teeth, you know, they're gone. And he says, "Man, tonight I sat down to eat a steak." Now, this guy could cook. He was a chef at a hotel. He could cook, man. And he said, "I made myself a steak. It was about that thick. And I took a cut of it and I put it in my mouth and I took a bite of it and my teeth fell right out of my mouth." Because, you know, your teeth's only good for about 66 years or so, and then they just falls right out your mouth. Oh, gosh. I had such a good time playing with him. I need to do it again. I need to give him a call and go sit in with him. It's been too long. Way too long. Good times. Oh, I was up in the guitar shop one time with Tom Cat. This was great. It was up by San Diego State College, and he's in there and he's playing, and this young kid comes in and he says, "Man, I know who you are. I know who you are. You're B.B. King, man. You're B.B. King." And Tom Cat says, "Man, I am not B.B. King." And the kid goes, "Yes, you are. I know you are. You're B.B. King, man. You're B.B. King." And the kid was all excited. And Tom Cat says, "Man, I am not B.B. King." And the kid's like, "Yeah, you are, man. Don't mess with me. I know you are. You're B.B. King." And Tom Cat finally goes, "Man, I am much better looking than B.B. King." Oh, we still laugh about it up at the guitar shop whenever I go in that guitar shop. He was a kick in the pants, that guy. He came up to me on a break one time. We were on a break, and he goes, "Hey, John, you got any marijuana?" And I said, "No, Tom, man, I don't smoke marijuana." And he goes, "Good. That stuff's no good for you." Oh, man. So anyway, I just wanted to share that with you because I was thinking about Tom Cat tonight. I was listening to his latest record, or latest album. And check it out. It's called Tom Cat Courtney, Downsville. It's a good album. He's the real deal, man. I was playing on stage with him one night. Some guy in the back started some problems, and I'll tell this story later. This is a long one. I'm already at 14 and a half minutes, so maybe I'll post the second half. I'll talk to you guys later.